Hello again. This is Stacey Becker. Welcome to another session of Getting Real Estate with Stacey. Today I have with me Susan and Kathy from Signature Real Estate.
Hello, I'm Susan Rapp from Signature Premier Properties.
Kathy Araneo from Signature Premier Properties.
So Susan and I know each other for a very long time, and she was also the one that helped me buy my house. And in addition to that, she also helped me with decorating ideas for my paint colors. And tell me how you got into the industry, and tell me a little bit about that.
So when my kids were younger, I used to spend, I don't know how I had the time, but I used to spend time on the computer looking up real estate for some reason. I was just fascinated, and I think I liked just a peek into kind of how other people live too. So I would just scan real estate listings every day, and I kept thinking I should really do something more with this, but I was busy with the kids. And then my good friend Terry started her own office and begged me to get my license, so I did. And that's kind of how it took off, and it worked out perfectly.
So you still work with Terry now?
No, Terry actually stopped being a real estate agent. She needed something more consistent, so now she's a bookkeeper.
And you've been doing this for how long?
I think I'm in my 7th or 8th year. I always forget for some reason.
Wow. And you've seen a change over the last.
Oh yeah, I mean, when I first started, it was a regular market. It was, it was just you had to go out and work and get the listing and work to sell the house. And then over the past 2 years, it's been kind of a no-brainer. It was just, you just looked, I basically would wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I have another listing, and oh, it's sold.
Wow, that's amazing.
So now
we
you
have
just
had to open your eyes.
Yeah,
and you're making money.
it was amazing.
Okay.
So, but now we have to go back to working, and
Right.
it's going to weed out a lot of agents.
How long did it last with the waking up and it coming and going that quickly?
It was about, I think we had a good 2-year run. Like
From
COVID,
the pandemic on.
Yeah, COVID. I really thought we were dead in the water. I was scared. I was like, this is it, and real estate's paying for college tuition. So when COVID hit, I was like, oh my God, panic.
Right.
My husband owns a plumbing company, so we're both economy based.
Give him a shout out. What's the name of his
Flora
company?
Plumbing and Heating. But we're both economy based, so it was really scary. But we both kind of it took off. It
and
went
how
the
did his
opposite.
business do?
Amazing,
Right? It amazes me how many people decided during the pandemic they wanted to gut their house
right?
out
Because they were
Like,
stuck in their house.
stuck in the house,
Yeah.
and they were building pools, and
Yeah.
I was like, you would think people would be saving their money. They
I
were
know.
spending it and
Yeah.
redoing
So
and gutting and moving and buying bigger houses. So
Yeah.
that was great.
It
Great.
definitely
that
worked
happened.
out well.
Kathy, tell me about you. How did you get into this?
Well, years ago, I used to work for a real estate attorney, and I did the bank closings. So it's kind of in the same world. For a while, then I was doing the stay-at-home mom thing. I had some crappy part-time jobs that were very unfulfilling. And I've been friends with Susan for a while, and talking about real estate was always kind of in the back of my head that it could be a transition from what I used to do. And then over COVID, I took the
COVID.
online course,
don't
which
know
I
how you
think
did
a
that.
million people did.
I know, but that was hard.
Took the test and met up
There
with
you go.
Susan, talked about, how she felt about Signature, met the manager there, nicest person.
Yeah,
I'm so
such
happy
a
to
great
be
office.
there. And it's a crazy market to jump in as a newbie. I'm only about a little over a year in.
And how was that experience for you in your first year?
Well, my first year I had 7 deals,
Wow.
which a lot of people told me you'd be lucky to get one.
I had none my first
That's
year.
Amazing.
The flip side of it is being new, you're really dealing with mostly buyers, and that was a hard time to be a buyer.
'Cause they were
So
outbid
yeah, I
by
felt
so
very
many people.
fortunate to be able to get some deals done for buyers. I had 2 listings, but 5 buyers. So it was good to have people to ask questions and
course.
what's going on.
And that you can trust, and
Yeah.
she's a good friend and also good
Yeah.
coworker. That's great.
Yep.
What do you guys do when you're not selling real estate?
Let loose.
Yeah, exactly. We're golf. No,
love
we bought a house during the pandemic in Connecticut by Candlewood Lake, so we
Yes.
spend a lot
Love
of
that
time
area.
up there. Yeah, it's so great. Other than that, my kids, 2 of my kids are back home.
They always come back.
I was
Mine
really
been
enjoying
back
my
since
empty
the
nest.
pandemic.
Right. So now, spending time with them and getting them situated with their,
great.
grad school and college. So it's been, still busy.
Did you ever think about doing staging? Do you do staging? Because I've been in your house,
Oh.
and I love the way you decorate. I
Thank
mean,
you.
it's Wow.
She has a knack.
Yes, and I've seen pictures from your house in Connecticut.
Yeah.
So you definitely.
You
You could have done that instead of the real estate, or as
know.
in addition to like
yeah,
staging. And
I've
things
thought
like
of
that.
it, but I feel like the pressure, because as much as I love decorating and as much as I love how my houses look, it takes me a long time to get to that point. I'm not quick enough.
Right.
So the
for
staging, I
somebody
feel
that want
like you need to be able to
do
look at it and be like,
Right.
oh, we're going to do this.
that. Do you have people that need
I
staging?
do.
done?
Oh, that need? I haven't yet.
Okay.
I've had one or two that probably should have,
Right.
but I haven't really come across it. But I do have people that I can call on if I
you
need.
that. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, so we definitely provide every
That's
service
perfect.
you
Good.
could need.
And what do you like to do when you're not selling real estate?
It's largely around the kids also.
How old are
I
your
have
kids are the same age?
my youngest is a senior in high school. My daughter is a freshman in college, and then my oldest is 20. So two of them are student athletes. So sports is a big
Of course.
part of our lives, whether it's off season fall ball or in season, and then I'm also the team photographer.
Oh wow! How do you
Do
manage that?
real estate
doing,
photography.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you manage that with open houses on the weekend? Because I think that would be a bit of a conflict. With,
Yeah,
you know,
it can be tough, but a lot of the school ball is during the week, which was kind of a hesitation I had when I was thinking about getting into real estate. How am I going to manage that with
Everything,
the
of
kids?
course.
Right.
So they're kind of at that better age for it to work. They're more independent. They can drive themselves to
Right.
practice.
And you can get
and
there
I
and
can just
scoot away.
roll in
Exactly.
and.
Right, that's
so there
great.
will be conflicts, but not as bad as it would have been when they were younger.
I actually did a few open houses during the week, and I thought it was great because a lot of times on the
Yeah.
weekend people don't really want to give up their Saturdays, Sundays, especially if the kids have sports.
Right.
And in the summer,
In the summer,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah, so I
that's
like
great.
the evening
I agree.
open houses. I
I
think they're
agree.
great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, ladies, so much for joining us,
Thank you.
and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Absolutely. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Bye.